Okay, thank you so much. And my name is Vijay Pratap Singh. I live and work from Germany. I'm a wellness coach with the community. And as Ankur said, by profession, I'm an engineer. So that you will see in my talk a little bit. It always comes out. I try to calculate things. But today's topic is very, very interesting. Let me share my screen and we'll start now talking about it. So okay, here we go. Let me move you guys up on my next screen. Okay, so today we are going to talk about digestions and how enzymes play a very, very interesting and vital role with the digestion in the body. By end of this talk, you guys will be equipped with all the knowledge and information about the enzymes, and hopefully you will be able to use some of the practical tips that I'm going to share in order to improve your health immediately. Most of you are in the programs with WQ, and this information will help you to move forward better. Okay, so with that, let me move forward. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, who doesn't love to eat? Okay, I'm a big foodie. Okay, I have personally lost 8 kgs with the community, but no, we all love to eat. So I truly believe that we all belong to one of these categories, right? We eat to live or we live to eat. All of you on this call, even outside this call, will either belong to one of these. Okay. And I truly believe that one cannot think well, love well, sleep well if one don't eat well. Okay. So eating is very important. Okay. We all agree to that. We all acknowledge that fact. So let's calculate, okay, for a minute, how much we eat. So on an average, we eat per day somewhere between 1 to 2.7 kilograms of food per day. Okay. Now we all are in a healthier community. We all follow healthy living. So let's taking a value of 1 kg being a healthy side. So most of you are in the program and you are learning to eat nutrition dense calories and everything. So let's take this value to be more appropriate for all of us. And if I calculate, that means in a year, we eat 365 kilograms of food. If I extrapolate that for our entire lifetime, we eat more than 28,000 kgs of food. I want to highlight this: every single bit of this food goes through our digestive system. Okay, this is very, very vital. It comprises of this 10 vital organ systems, starting with our mouth. It goes to esophagus, then move to stomach. Liver, gallbladder, and pancreas are external organs, play a role by secreting some things. Okay, mesentery is a very important network of tissues which hold all your organs together. Otherwise, when you do C-section, your organs will fall off. So that is very important. Okay. Then small intestine, then your large intestine, and then finally it moves to rectum. All these organs comprises a 9-meter long pipe, which we call gut. Okay. Your food travel from your mouth till your rectum, exactly almost on average 9 meters. Okay. A lot of interesting thing happens in this 9 meters. We are going to look into it. All these organs are very specifically arranged inside our body to accomplish just one goal. And that goal is to digest all this food and extract important, okay, macronutrients and micronutrients in order to convert to the energy. Okay. In this process, lot of things at the microscopic level helps. Okay. These are enzymes, hormones, nerves, and bloods. In today's talk, I'm going to focus more on enzymes, but all 4 of these play a role, very, very important role in digestion and metabolization. Okay. So first of all, why even bother to know about enzymes? Okay. So I'll answer this question by asking a few questions from all of you. Okay. So think about this. Okay. Do you feel a little bit bloated, okay, when you eat your favorite food sometimes, or maybe acidity or gastric issues frequently? Or maybe stomachache time to time? Or do you find it difficult to balance your glucose level in the blood? Or you are gaining or losing weight very fast? All of these reasons, okay, are directly or indirectly are impacted, are related to your enzymes health. Okay. And the list goes on: your digestive issues, metabolic disorders, liver functions, blood clotting, genetic, and on and on and on. All of this are impacted by enzymic health. Okay. Why? Because enzymes play a very, very important role in the digestive process. So the digestion of the food starts with our mouth itself. Okay. When we eat something, we start chewing, we add saliva into the food. Along with that saliva, we add enzymes into that. So the carbohydrate is digestion starts in the mouth. Okay. So that is the first stage when enzymes, okay, get added to your food. Okay. From our organs, by the way. Second phase, when it moves to your stomach wall breaks physically the larger particle to the smaller particle, and then it releases hormones and enzymes in order to digest protein next. So the protein digestion starts in the stomach. Then this moves on to a small intestine where your fat metabolism digestion starts, and your fats are broken down into the smaller particles. Your gallbladder releases no bile, and your pancreas releases some enzymes to break down the fat. Okay, so what are enzymes? Okay, so let's first try to just define it, okay, for the sake of the subject. So enzymes are the substances that speed up a biochemical reaction by modifying specific substances, okay, called substrates. Okay, so generally, if you guys have a little bit of idea about chemistry, like way back into our school, we have learned about the catalysts into the reaction and how they promote or speed up the reactions. Okay, so enzymes are like catalysts with some little bit of extra tweaking in there. Okay, so enzymes are selective, okay, with which whom they will bind and modify. So for the food example, there are separate enzymes for carb, separate enzymes for protein, and separate enzymes for fat digestion. Okay, so how enzymes typically speed up the reaction? So for any biochemical reaction or chemical reaction, for to proceed, there's something called as activation energy, and that has to be lowered. So enzyme binding just help to make that activation energy so low that the chemical bond breaking between them becomes a little bit easier. Okay, and enzymes have something called as active sites, which facilitates the binding with the substrate or the product. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of you didn't understand anything. Okay, and that is expected. That's why I have prepared something simpler for you guys. So just understand this: enzymes helps in speeding up the digestion process, and how it do that, we'll take some examples and I'll explain you. Okay, so first of all, we are talking about food digestions and enzymes roles in food digestion. So we eat carb, right? We saw carbohydrates are digested. So amylase is an enzyme which kinds of helps to break down our complex carbohydrates into simpler sugar like glucose, galactose. Okay, similarly, there is a class of enzyme called as protease. Okay, all these are examples of that. So it helps to speed up the digestion process of protein to a simpler amino acids. And similarly, for fats, we have an enzyme called as lipase, which helps to do the fat metabolization or fat digestion. Okay, so now, if not having enough enzyme in the adequate amount in our body can lead to certain disorders. Okay, and one of the very famous examples that I have picked is lactose intolerant. Okay, you might know somebody who is there. You know, me some of clients on the call might have this particular problem. Why this happens? Because your body is not able to produce enough lactase enzyme. So lactose is a disaccharide. It comprises of two things: glucose plus galactose. And in the absence of lactase, your body won't be able to break this particular bond. And that's why you won't be able to digest anything which contains lactose. Now, it's all about eating. This slide, I'm showing all the carbohydrates that we eat. So enzymes are important because they have to break all these carbohydrates into glucose. All these proteins, okay, that we love and enjoy to eat, enzymes helps to break these proteins into amino acids. And all this fat, whether good or bad, but lipase enzyme will help you to break down this fat into simpler components, which is fatty acids and glycerol, which our body would be able to absorb. Okay, so This is the most simplified version, okay, about now how enzymes are working inside our body. So consider this purple thing as an enzyme, and this W shape kind of thing is an active site. So let's consider this red thing as an carbohydrate. Okay, so it's one molecule of carbohydrate that's get binded to this particular enzyme. Then with this binding, the activation energy will become low and it will break it into two components, okay? Glucose and galactose. And typically, this is how I explain about enzymes working to a 5-year-old, okay? But I'm sure like some of adults are on the call, so let's go into a little bit of chemistry and look inside what exactly is happening, okay? Because that image gives you some idea, but let me show you practically what is happening when you are digesting proteins, okay? So this is the molecular structure of protease enzyme, and this is a typical protein that we eat from our food. So the green color highlighted is called active site for this particular compound, okay, or enzyme for that matter. So that particular protein will get binded to the active site, and then the bonds will exchange, covalent bond will break, some ions will get exchanged, and there you release one amino acid, okay? And then the remaining part will go under some more transformations, more covalent bonds, ionic bonds will break, make, and then the second amino acids got released, and your enzyme is restored back into original state for reuse purpose. Now it will bind to another protein molecule and do the process again and again. Okay. So now the question is, if this process for some is not happening for you, right? You remember all the symptoms that I discussed before: gastric issues, okay, bloating issues, stomach pain, okay, and low energy. So what to do if my body is not producing enough right enzymes? Okay, first of all, how to know that? You can always go for a blood test. Okay, we have blood tests available for amylase, lipase. Okay, this is one of the protease tests. Okay, you can always do that. But more important thing to know and learn is we don't always have to rely on our organs to provide us all the right enzymes. Okay, nature have wonderfully planned this thing out. Okay, so all your food that you consume are already rich in their respective enzymes. For example, when we eat fruits, okay, so we know like fruits like banana and apple, they already have, they're rich in carbohydrate, they already have amylase in it, so that your body can use it and digest it. Similarly, like avocados and olives, which are rich in good fat, so lipase is already present. Similarly, I want to highlight like some of the daily things that we eat, like potatoes, all pulses, the legumes, the dals, okay, non-veg item that we eat, okay, all those comes with proteins preloaded. So one important thing is, in order to maximize the enzyme intake, or in order to retain the enzyme health for that matter in the food, it's always recommended to eat raw. And that's why we had a recognition, and Ankur was asking how many of us are eating salad. So most of you in the program are encouraged to eat more raw food. This is one of the reasons, because we want to retain all your good enzymes in the healthier format. Now, why it is important to eat raw? Because enzymes are sensitive to temperature and pH. For example, if you are cooking your dal for that matter in a high temperature environment or high pressure environment, then what happens is, under extreme temperature conditions, the active sites get deformed, and this enzyme will become a denatured enzyme. It will lose its capacity to perform, and it won't be able to bind with the proteins that was supposed to be digested in the stomach in the first place. And this is one of the main thing that we want to improve upon. Okay, that's why cooking food at the right temperature and pressure is very vital and important. So I'll encourage you guys, after the call, reach out to the person, okay, to your coaches, and ask them to do an analysis for your kitchen and help you in this area, in this regard. Because if we are not taking care of our food preparation in the right way, you are actually denaturing all your enzymes, and you will feel you're not basically taking the advantage of it, and all the problems like bloating, acidity, gastric issues will come into the play. So most of you will be able to relate, like when you prepare dal, Okay, some people cannot digest dal or chole for that matter. This is one reason. All the enzymes are denatured. Okay, so I'll encourage you to even ask for our healthy cooking sessions, the community that gives. Okay, take part in them. Okay, use the right vessels. It's very, very important for this particular matter. Okay, now some other things which can actually help to improve the effectiveness of our enzymes by giving them support. So first of all, with the digestion process, our enzyme is helping it. It's kind of catalyzing it. But there are two more components which actually helps enzyme to do its job better. They are called as cofactors and coenzymes. So cofactors, for a simple example, I can give you is cations. Cations are positively charged ions. And that's why you guys might have heard that when somebody is facing indigestion problems, people give them lemon and salt to improve the digestion. Why that helps? Because salt will give you Na plus sodium ion, which helps to speed up the cationic reactions and support the enzymes. Plus, lemon is rich in lipase enzyme. Okay, it kind of digests the fats faster. Okay, that's why most of people might have used lemon to scrub and clean the utensils also. Okay, it works there. The second helpful thing for your increasing your enzyming activity better in your body is to use coenzymes. Coenzymes are naturally occurring compounds in our body, but you can also use them as a supplement. One of the very famous coenzyme is CoQ10, coenzyme Q10. Okay, so like some of you, if you have low energy complaints, okay, talk to your coach and ask them to help you with coenzyme Q10. Okay, this will help your metabolic enzymes to perform better, and you will see a surge in energy in just 1 week or less. Okay, so that's another tip from my side. Now, what we learned so far, what we know for the matter is good health is directly proportional to good digestion and gut health, right? We all know this. Okay, the new thing that we learned today is good digestion is directly proportional to good enzymes presence. Okay, a non-denatured enzymes. Okay, so I'll close with this. Eat raw more, cook your food right, take good care of your enzymes, and take good care of your health. So thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Back to the host.